involved in the FBI, the CIA, and the mob. These people has officially died off.
Hey, can you see this other screen I got up?
You got like an
Yeah,
ABC and all that.
yeah. I would see. I want to experiment with this feature because I want to know if. Wait a minute. Okay, that's my screen. Uh, Let me see with the audio. I don't know if you can hear the audio.
And we have two breaking news stories tonight, starting with an update on
Oh yeah,
gun down on a highway 5 years ago. Dallas police now say Yella Beezy hired a hitman to kill his one-time friend turned rival, Mo 3. Cole Sullivan is live at the county jail. These are well-known rappers in the Dallas hip-hop scene.
Chris, Yella Beezy's top single, It Put It On Me, it peaked at 56 on the Billboard Hot 100. Now, he's in the Dallas County Justice Complex behind me on a capital murder charge, accused of hiring a hitman to kill a fellow rapper. This all happened back in 2020. And just before noon, on the middle of Interstate 35, just south of the Dallas Zoo, Dallas police arrested a 22-year-old and charged him with murder. Initially, that 22-year-old's in federal prison, convicted of gun charges. But now, 5 years later, they say he was the trigger man. Police say Yella Beezy, whose top song That's On Me, hired that 22-year-old and promised him cash for killing Mo 3. A grand jury handed up an indictment this week and booked Marquise Conway tonight. The killing of Melvin Noble, known as Mo 3, led to an outpouring of grief from his fans. Dozens held a memorial outside Dallas City Hall that week. He once was friends with the man now accused of hiring someone to murder him. The killing has long been suspected to be the result of a rap feud. We reached out to Yella Beezy's legal team tonight and have not heard back. We're waiting to hear back on a bond amount for him as well. We'll bring you updates tomorrow on Daybreak. Chris.
$2 million.
Man, this stuff is crazy, man. That stuff is really crazy. 2 million. So I heard supposedly he made bun, or they made bun available. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good for the people, but yeah, that was kind of interesting that I saw that though.
You got some echo.
Oh, we got some echo. Let me stop sharing real quick.
All right, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Now, this what crazy about that is because Yella Beezy was accused of killing Roy Lee.
The comedian.
Yeah, comedian, real talented dude. He was like up there with the rest of these guys that's coming up. He was accused of killing him, and I always suspected that dude of being. Dallas is a different type of animal. If you really want to talk about that, like Dallas, especially South Dallas. Trust me, I didn't been a part of that. I mean, not been a part of that, but been around niggas. Like, man, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, man? We was waiting. We didn't know if you was gonna join.
What's up, man? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm late, man. I had to handle some business, man.
It's all good. Man, we just
trying to get paid.
No, you gotta take care of your business first, man. This was a last minute deal because we got to set up a actually time and date, but it's kind of crazy with our schedules. But we were just talking about, man. First of all, let's introduce each other. I'm Big Smitty.
J-Eazy.
I'm FOI.
All right, so we just tonight we just gonna brief about some stuff about Yella Beezy, then we'll get into some other stuff, some conspiracy theory stuff. But man, what's up, man? How y'all living, man? How's everything going at the house and everything? First of all,
shit, cooling over here on my end.
Life is beautiful, man. Life is beautiful, man. How about you?
I'm blessed. Can't complain. Thank y'all for being a part of this We Vibin podcast. We vibe about everything, as everybody can see. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna hold the folks up, but we talk about this rap beef, rap death stuff with Mo 3 and Yella Beezy. So y'all are more into the music than I am. So how y'all feel about this whole situation?
I guess I'll jump. No, go ahead, take it.
No, go ahead. You got it.
No, I was just saying, I just think at this point, this stuff is just, it's almost like you're hearing about it every day. It ain't new to us. So between this whole Mo3 and Yella Beezy stuff, the Nipsey stuff, the Dolph stuff, so it's just sad that we keep having this stuff happening. And then on top of it, in today's age with all this technology going on, you ain't gonna get away with it, man. It's too many cameras, it's too much evidence. It's just dumb just to keep the stuff going. That's my take on it.
Yeah, my thing is like this ain't the Tupac biggest situation where everybody's still trying to figure out what's going on. Everybody already knew that they had beef and how Dallas is. That's what I was saying before FOI jumped on. I've been up there around South Dallas, and they got a whole different culture of doing things. The way how they do things is totally different from how we do things here in Houston. But man, I already knew that he was responsible for it because the rumors came out. Just like this other guy that just got killed with his daughter up there. Rumors came out hours after that. So social media and cameras and everything like that, like you can't get away with stuff like you did in the 90s. Like we ain't never seen no footage of Tupac and Biggie besides that one little footage of Biggie, and we still ain't even see all that. So it's like it's crazy. It's dumb on him. You know, he's stupid.
Right.
I'm just saying that Yella Beezy is stupid for hiring some young, dumb, what they call them now, YNs.
Yep.
And he went and snitched. He had to, because how they gonna connect Yella Beezy with Mo3's death? That's just my thing, you know.
Yeah, FOI, go ahead, take that.
Didn't I hear that the dude, was he connected with another murder?
He was locked up for like some kind of other crime. I think he was out like on bail for some kind of other crime. And that's when he did the Mo3 murder thing. So
that's crazy, man, because if you got on bail for another crime and then you do the Mo3 hit, and it was crazy. I saw like how he was on the freeway. I could see some like different shots of it. How he like actually cornered him in, like, and, you know, made him get out the vehicle and stuff. If I was Mo3 though, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't try to like, you know, jump out or back up. And I would have hit the gas and mashed forward. If I hit you, if I'm bro at the point you're trying to kill me, like I'm like if I'm gonna go taking you with me, man. Like, that's just me.
Well, the thing about it is what I've seen and heard that it was traffic. He was stopped. He wasn't on the feeder side. He was actually on the freeway. It was traffic, and that's
Yeah, he was in like one of the middle lanes. But the whole point is emergency exit. Something it ain't traffic on emergency exit. If it's for my life, bro. Even if I am gonna get out the car, I'm finna run and try to like, you know, jump down the side or something. You know, the side of the, you know, the freeway. I know it's kind of high, but damn, it's either that or get killed, bro. I mean, it's survival, bro.
like he was saying, you know, it's the times we living in. People ain't thinking about that. This ain't. You think about the situation with Pac or Biggie. They keep saying it was a drive-by. It's never a drive-by. You know, they pulled up. Well, Pac is different. They said it was a drive-by. They pulled up, bop. No cameras or nothing like that. These days, they don't care about nothing. You got cameras everywhere. You got cell phones. You got GPS. You got all this different stuff. So that's how they connected old boy with all that stuff. Then second of all, my thing is how they connect Yella Beezy into this stuff. People be talking,
probably look at cell phone records, and basically what they do is whenever they put in a case against you, you have to connect every piece of evidence together to tell a story, what we call correlation in the security field. So once you put together every piece of evidence, you're able to tell a story. But going back to your point about why Mo3 jumped out, there was like conspiracy theories or stories. People was talking about Mo3 actually was got out of his car to go to his passenger to get a gun. And I'm like, bro, we live in Texas. You don't have time to keep it on your passenger or go look up under your seat. If you got beef, you got to keep it on you. Like, I'm not trying to blame him for his death, but if you got beef, you better have it on you right ready. You ain't got time to get it out because they ain't gonna let you make it to your stash.
You know, with I mean, that's right, because I was watching Art of Dialogue earlier, and Suge was talking from prison about the whole was Biggie was supposed to come to LA after Pac got killed. He mentioned something that, I've been looking at over the years. They claimed that none of the security had told the head of security, told all the bodyguards not to bring weapons. You talking about security guards, off-duty police officers, armed police officers, not to wear their weapon. Well, you in the state like, we just talking about Texas. I'm pretty sure people like Jay Prince and all these people right there, they people got stuff on them. No matter what somebody say, hey, leave your stuff at home, that's suspicious right there. So you're going to have your piece on you.
Which brings me to my next point, bro. I don't know if certain rappers feel just because they so street they entitled to ride by themselves, but why are you not having people around you, armed guards? Like if you at that point in your career, it's time to invest in yourself, man, and like get you some armed guard and personnel, and this type of shit won't happen, bro. Like
You can't say it won't happen, bro, because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I mean, I keep going back to the Pac and Biggies. You had security with you, and they supposed to have their guns with you, and they supposed to
yeah, but
protect
you
you.
was niggas from like the hood. I'm talking about like, okay, forgive you for example, like you look how Gucci Man ride around. Nah, it ain't perfect, and it's costly as fuck. But guess what? Gucci Man got a security blanket in his mind, knowing every time I step out of my crib and I want to go to a venue, I'll pull up with armed, licensed guards, probably retired Georgia State troopers or some shit. I don't know what's going on with them, but I'm just saying they are armed. They're officers of the law. They're not like security guard or no shit like that. Like, why won't you, as Mo3, I'm a multi-million-dollar rapper riding around in a Honda car. I'm saving myself some money. Why don't just give me a fucking armed guard, bro?
Well, you gotta understand this, especially in the state of Texas. After all that stuff happened in Vegas and with Biggie, a lot of law enforcement departments told their officers not to do security for these record companies. They had to have their own private security because of the fact of the whole, LAPD or New York PD is doing bad. They're working for Death Row or Bad Boy, for example. And they don't want their officers to be involved, and they don't want the department of the city to be held accountable for what one of their officers might do. So that's why a lot of that stuff happens. I mean, you look at anything local, like let's say for example, Drake. Drake ain't gonna probably have no HPD or Harris County with him because of the stuff that he does and his friends does. So they have private security, but private security in each state has to follow by that state's law about different things. You can't have a gun in a club. Now Texas is you can have it's open carry, but you can't carry a gun in certain places in Texas. So
Yeah, but a licensed security officer is a TCO certified officer anyway. To go to the level of guarding people, you have to be a level 4, and you have to have your TCOs for that. I do know that for certain, working in prior security experience. But so yeah, to say that is to say you are pretty much like a resource officer at a school or something. So yeah, you have the authority to to defend that person. That's what they're there for. So, like you telling me, Beyonce officers are just security officers or level 3 guys or security guys? I highly doubt it, bro. They have to be protective um, officers in that, which requires you to be T-codes in Texas. So
yeah,
they have a right to defend.
but you think about it, most of these street dudes that rap, I'm not just talking about Texas, about around the country. They don't want to be known. Oh, you got security with you, but you talking all that yin yang on these songs and all this stuff, and you got security with you. If you smart, if I'm a rapper, I'm making all this money. I'm gonna have some security around me. I don't care if it's police officers, FBI, CIA, or whatever like that. I'm gonna have some security because one thing that we learned from the '90s is don't let your homeboys do security. And we already know what I'm talking about with that. We can go back to Death Row. Look what happened with Tupac. Biggie's situation is whole different. All these other rappers is totally different. But look what happened to Tupac. That's a perfect example. You got
But
your homeboys looking after you, and then what happened? Suge Knight gets shot in the head, Pac killed. Everybody didn't want to say nothing, and they asked what the security was. Well, Did you have weapons? Oh, we was told not to have. It's a conspiracy, all this stuff. So my thing with Mo3 is like, you should, as a rapper, you should be able to enjoy your life freely. But when you're on that level, yeah, you need some type of security, and you need to make sure they legit. But I mean, it is what it is. They call him at the right time. I mean, it's the wrong time for him, but for the person who ordered the hit, it was the right time. Now he's supposedly, allegedly locked up in jail. So, man, I don't know.
Shit, I think rappers also need to double down if they can afford it. I'm not sure how financially feasible this option is, but hell, if you got that kind of beef, hell, you almost need bulletproof vehicles too. Like Dolph had that bulletproof truck that first time, or what was the first time he got shot?
Yeah.
So if you got the money, yeah, so get you a bulletproof vehicle as well. But these rappers also got to be careful about taunting your ops. You can't be taunting your ops, or like some of these YNs like to do, go disrespect the grave of their ops or go up in their hood. Like, man, you bring death, like you wishing death upon yourself. So it's crazy, man.
What it was, Mo3 taunted him, and not only that, he drug his ass. And them songs, man, Osama bin Laden and the other one, man, he drugged that man, all across Dallas, bro, from North Dallas to South Dallas, wherever the fuck Yella Beezy from. South Dallas. The most annoying ass nigga.
Man, they new age to me. You know, I'm more old school. I listen to some new cat. I'm from Dallas. I'm gonna say I listen to Dario, Fat Pimp, people like that. These other guys, they young, just like we have young people here in Houston that's coming up. But I didn't know how bad the beef was until Mo3 got killed. Well, I'm gonna say until Roy Lee got killed. That's why I was like, oh man, they on something different. But nobody deserves to lose their life over. I don't care what it is, but you live that life. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. We've been raised by that. That's why it's like this shit is crazy. We seen this shit in the 90s. Like,
officer, his mama making posts and she happy. She made a post that her baby finally got justice.
I mean, yeah, but look what it costs him. Look what it costs fans. Look what it costs his family and friends. What if they would have came after his family and friends and not just him? That's the stuff that you got to worry about when you put this music out and you be dissing people. You got to think about people that's extended to you. Like, they got to go out in the public and live too. But you out here making these tracks and dissing somebody real. That's like, I ain't gonna go after you. I'm gonna go after somebody. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you mentally and emotionally. I'm gonna go after somebody that's extended to you.
Yeah.
And and that's how like the mafia and the mob did. They didn't go after your immediate family. They start killing other people. Then you be like, oh shit, But it just it's.
To my understanding, then, and this is, I believe it's from, Mo3 words, it's himself, and if I'm wrong, he can, fact check me or whatever the case is. But what he was saying was it was a beef that they had back in the Gap when after they was, friends or whatever, and they stopped being friends, and they wanted to fire up the beef again. And he wasn't really feeling it because at the time he started blowing up. And I kind of get what he was saying. Like, he was trying to ignore the beef. He ain't had time for it and stuff like that. And they wanted to reignite and he wasn't paying no attention. So it kind of, fueled the flame more until he addressed it. So this is just some wild shit.
Yeah, for sure. But
so your boy sitting there down. He got a rain today too. So he got his indictment. It was passed down today. So I'm waiting for the paperwork to drop, the actual indictment paperwork. I've been checking. Like, I checked like 10 minutes before I got on there. Ain't dropped yet, so.
Yeah, for sure.
He ain't even in the
Man, my
system.
bad. I'm just trying to mess with this audio. I don't want to have these headphones on.
Now the headphones, yeah, I know that might be. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, you good.
This is wild.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us? All right, so that's why I like to pre-record this shit. Cause, hey, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I put the headphones back on. I was trying to just do it on my without the headphones. I don't know. I have to mess with this stuff.
But truth be told, I think the headphones, like in the future, will be the best because at least with the headphones, you ain't got to worry about the speaker playback going through the podcast audio. But for right now, it's all good.
Yeah,
but you know what? It seemed to me too, dog. It seems to me like just judging off of the stories on how they raise up, and I'm talking about watching different people's perspective of like capturing their life, not just not no shit, no internet TV, just watching everybody cover the beat. Now it seemed more to me like Mo3 really grew up in that shit. Like he was like 12, 13, 14 years old getting cases and shit, and like Yella Beezy wasn't like I ain't saying he wasn't that nigga. I don't know. I'm not from Dallas, but his lifestyle wasn't as hectic as Mo3 shit was. You know what I'm saying? So he had a lot more, to that, regurgitate and talk about. You know what I'm saying? And the life experiences. It's one thing when your daddy get killed with Yella Beezy daddy did, or and then the difference in between your daddy coming and see you in prison and telling you, hey, enough of this shit. You know what I'm saying? When you're in TDC, you need to stop, doing this shit you're doing, and and really, rap about it and shit. And allegedly he was still in the streets doing some shit, because I heard some shit about him allegedly chasing who's that, Adrian Broner down the streets and fucking
Nah, it was Errol
downtown down.
Spence. I think it was Errol
Yeah,
Spence.
yeah, Arrow Spence, yeah. Down the fucking streets of Dallas and making a man crash his fucking car, bro, trying to kill him or some shit.
Yeah, man.
I ain't saying that, Angel, that man was fucking, he was a handful of stuff.
Yep.
What you got to say, Big Smitty? Holla at it. What you think?
No, we can still hear you. You just froze up, but we can still hear you though.
Like I said, I'm not into all this new age rap beef. Man, it's fucking sad that, and I'm gonna just say it, man. I don't give a damn about how people feel. It's white folks out there that say, I just seen a reel on Facebook, and black dude was interviewing some what he called redneck racist dudes, and they said, man, you know what make the black community better if they stop killing each other. I mean, you go back in history about everything that happened to hip hop stars, it have happened with their own race. You just look at it. You just go back and really think about that. And it's really sad that people got to live their life in fear because your own people want to kill you. I can see if it was another race, and I ain't trying to start no racist stuff at all. I ain't racist at all, but it is real fucked up that your own race kill you. Somebody jealous of you, or somebody you making more money than somebody, or somebody just jealous because you got better jewelry than them or better women, whatever like that, and they kill you or they have beef with you because you doing a little bit better. And that shit is really sad, man. That's why, I could never be a rapper in the past or the present. It's just too much bullshit. You can't make your man. Shit. I could think of a rapper. I ain't never heard him have no beef with nobody. Big Boy from Outkast. I love Big Boy.
I ain't never heard Lupe Fiasco have no beef neither.
Who?
Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah, okay. Guys like that. People that man, they music, okay. They look at the 50 Cents, the Drakes, the Kendrick Lamars, the T.I.s, the all these people like that. They want that. Tupac and Biggie, all that beef and shit like that, all that unnecessary bullshit. But you listen to the message. The music now don't even put a message out for you. That's why I don't even listen to this shit.
No, I think too with a lot of that music, for the ones that bring in that kind of energy, they rap about that energy. So like the ones that just rap about stay safe, like people like Currency, the Lupes, they don't rap about okay, I'm a gang on my ops or bang. So like all that gangster stuff, you rap about that gangster stuff, you inviting that kind of energy. But the ones that kind of stay away from that stuff, you notice they might have a few problems here and there, but it's nowhere near as bad as this murder rap, this gangster rap stuff. So they put that energy out, and what you reap, you sow. So that's just how the shit goes.
Yeah.
exactly the reason why, I kind of, could tell what I was doing and shit, because I was like, yeah, I was the gangster rap was cool, and yeah, I can spit the gangster rap and all that, but man, it's just like, nah, it's the wrong vibe. I wasn't really feeling it from, even though I lived the life experiences I was talking about, it still wasn't the right energy. You know what I'm saying? That you bring, even though if it's your life or not, like Mo 3 was doing, it was his life, but you're glorifying the wrong thing in the wrong manner. Now, if you was gonna bring up them experiences, like I said, I've always thought this, I would like to hear a gangster Christian rapper that, he doesn't have to, go into mainstream churches or nothing, but he tells the actual truth from a street perspective, kind of like Mo3 would have done if he would have just said at the end of all that, bang, bang, motherfucker, kill him, motherfucker, but I turn my life over to Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
Right.
for real people, for real street people to get. Because there's nothing harder than a curse word to get a person to get to vibe. Which, yeah, you come up and say, "What's up, motherfucker?" Somebody gonna say, "Hey, what's up, motherfucker? What's up with you, motherfucker?" And if you do that, and then you get them to turn over to Christ at the same time, bro, that's what I'm talking about. That hard gangster Christian rap, bro. I haven't heard that style yet. Lecrae is the only person that actually comes close to good Christian rap to me, bro. Like,
Man, I'm gonna tell you one of the hardest rappers that people used to think was Cotton Candy, and they thought he was a joke, but the nigga he was really with the shits, but he didn't try to promote that. People gotta give Hammer credit. So it's been a lot of rappers that have claimed that they hard or tried to diss Hammer behind all that dancing that Hammer was doing. Hammer was really from Oakland. Hammer was really with the stuff. He lived their life. But Hammer, when he came in, he wanted to glorify it. But a lot of people tried Hammer. Your so-called favorite gangster rappers tried to diss Hammer, and Hammer had rolled up on him with his peeps. Hammer didn't play that, but a lot of people didn't take him serious because he's up there doing dances. But Hammer was from Oakland, really with the shits.
Yep,
oh,
because
I heard some Hammer stories.
yeah, I've heard I watched a lot of stuff on YouTube about MC Hammer, especially his Death Row days with Snoop and Pac, and he was involved in a lot of gangster stuff. But that dude, he's one of the ones that survived. Yeah, the people might say he broke and he anybody listen to MC Hammer, but you think about the days before Death Row, doing Death Row, and now like ain't nobody ever messed with him. I ain't never heard Hammer have no beef with nobody. If he did,
If he did, Hammer always killed that shit.
Yeah,
man,
because I was gonna say that's the nigga that was calling when they got into the beef in LA was like, yo, call Hammer ass. I bet I'm finna stop this shit right now. Call Hammer. The nigga
man,
will come on and your ass.
and it be what today's society would say. Oh man, Hammer was weak. He was dancing, pop locking, and all that stuff. Man, I guarantee you, if he called his partners and people he was affiliated with, they wouldn't say that now. I mean, it's just today's time of music. It just like I said, I don't even listen to this shit. I get on my phone. I listen to some old school stuff, and I mean, I might listen to some new stuff, but if it ain't talking about nothing, I ain't finna jam it because it's not a positive message. And this is what this podcast is about. Is about sending out a positive message to these
I
young
mean,
folks. Because I'm tired of seeing these YNs. I had to ask people, what the hell is a YN? I'm getting old. They like, man, that's a young. I was like, oh man, these YN. That's
even if he was dancing, let's say, because they're trying to insinuate something like he was gay or some shit like that. Even if he was gay, don't you know punks can fight, nigga? Punks can really, really fight, dog. Punks will beat your ass type shit. Like, they really punk, man. Look, don't be fucking with him because you think he a punk or he soft or some shit. Like, that ain't it.
Nah, the one thing I gotta give credit, I ain't never heard nobody say MC Hammer was a punk, but I guess they made fun of him for the fact that he was dance because rap, he's supposed to be hardcore. But one thing, yeah, I ain't never heard no stories about Hammer was a punk, but I guess people thought he was a joke because he was dancing. But
yeah. And but you can go back now if you really want to talk about him about being I ain't gonna say the P word, being that type of way, you got to go back to NWA because Easy. If you look at their first album, when they had everybody NWA and a posse, they was wearing tight jeans. They was Jerry curl juice down and kind of looking feminine and stuff like that. That's no disrespect to the NWA, one of my favorite rap groups, but you just look at Dr. Dre.
oh yeah, I heard about his early album covers, but
Look at Easy. He wasn't dressed as a gangster as what. is what the movie portrayed and what we know easy of today. But you just look at stuff like that. Those dudes they look like man, what's that group name, man? Jared Curl. They look like the Barge family. I mean, to be honest, in that time, but as time went on, people changed and things changed. They went from being looking like that to this. So you can't say Hammer was what you said. I ain't gonna say the word because I don't want to get in trouble. But I've never heard that about Hammer. I just heard that he was a dancer, but he was somebody not to be played with. Especially when he got to death row. Nobody messed with Hammer when he got to death row. So they messed with Snoop. They messed with Warren G. They tried to mess with Pop, the Outlaws, Dogtown, even Suge Knight, but nobody ever messed with him. I ain't never heard that. Danny Boy,
y'all recording?
Yeah, we record one. This nigga right here.
Yeah, that's crazy though. So, but anyway, man, we're gonna talk about another subject. We're gonna get off this Mo 3 stuff. What y'all think about this John F. Kennedy files being releasing?
Man, so I watched a little bit of it, but I think I was more so prepared for our main day events talking about it. But I just used Chat GPT to kind of summarize them documents. But let me see if I can read this. I can always edit it. What do you say? Okay, March 18th, the Trump administration released 80,000 pages of classified documents, blah, blah, blah. All right, so key insights from the newly declassified files include CIA operations. The documents provide details on covert CIA activities during the Cold War, including the surveillance of Lee Harvey Oswald prior to the assassination, wiretapping techniques, interactions with the Vatican. What the hell? All right. So long story short, yeah. So it was nothing like that was really like a smoking gun. It was basically, it kind of hinted that the CIA had some kind of level of involvement, but it wasn't like really no smoking gun like we was expecting.
So let me tell you something. First, ask y'all something. What was the country? What were we expecting for the Trump administration to release? He said 80,000 files. That's a lot of damn files for somebody to go through. If you're a nerd and you into that conspiracy stuff, like I'm gonna say we are, but not to the point where I'm gonna read 80,000 files about something that happened 60-something years ago. It's crazy. Why all of a sudden now they released the rest of this stuff?
It's the diverted attack. But anyway, hey, here's the thing, man. From the shit that I was starting to read on that when I went on the treasure and actually started pulling up the documents. There was a lot of witnesses on that. So it was this one cat that he was from the fucking, if I can remember correct, he was from the either the CIA or the I think he started off with the Dallas police, but he was looking at the files and he was reevaluating. He was like, after the death, he was like, man, this was like right after the death. He was like, Lee Harvey Oswald had came in from Russia. So it was kind of funny that you mentioned that Soviet Union shit, Justin, because he was saying that Jay Easy, he was saying that whether if it was planned, a planned assassination or them conveniently trying to set him up, it was convenient for him to come in and be able to get in. And, America has one of the hardest immigration systems in the U.S., in the world, is the U.S. Immigration system to get in. It takes some people 16 years, 20 years, lifetime. And this motherfucker was just automatically able to get in the U.S., bro. Like, come on now.
Yeah, so I think it was a coordination of groups. So I don't know if you ever watched Michael Franchise, that former mob boss dude, but I watched the stuff earlier this morning. He was talking about the JFK files, and he was basically saying there was multiple parties involved. So like the CIA probably. Oh, you got the little echo, but anyway, he's basically saying the CIA was involved, but the mob was also involved too. So the CIA was like Oswald. And the Jack Ruby and so essentially they sent the mob to the jail. Oh, sorry, Jack Ruby to the jail to assassinate Oswald. So it's basically a coordinated effort, if that makes sense. More than one party was involved.
Yeah, I was just watching some stuff about. Man, I watched like 6 hours of this shit, and people like, man, I was just talking to D about that. She was like, man, y'all ain't talk about something. Man, let me tell you something. This is one of the biggest conspiracies that Trump has ever did, besides his bullshit. But with the Robert F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King, we're gonna get to the bottom of that. This shit right here is crazy. And one thing I want to point out, y'all ever watched the video of him being assassinated, which is sad to watch it. You get shot in the back. When you get shot in the back of the head, the back, your body is going forward.
Yep.
But Justin, we talked about this for several years about the grassy knoll. But then you get a shot and his head goes boom. And you see his wife, Jackie Kennedy, gets on the back of the car and grab his brain and his skull. Now, what does that tell you? We didn't all shot guns before. If you shooting forward, that bullet is coming to you like that. That's how the head blew up. The head didn't blow up from the back. It blew up coming from the front. And that's my only thing I want people to understand. Oh, he was shot in the back 3 or 4 times. No. I don't know about Oswald. We gonna get into that. But my thing was that grassy knoll and then a railroad bridge that they went under after he got shot. The shots came from that way because his head, if you look at the footage of his brain, is blowed out through this way, not through the front. He got a shot in the back, and they tried to say that, it was man, it's crazy how the bullet went because it hit the Governor John Connolly. It went all through his body and hit him in the leg, some shit like that. I'm like, well, damn, what type of bullet was this? And this is in the 1960s. And
right. Now, I'm only on document 6. It starts from the top. It's like the first 3 or 4 when you go on the web page is like short little articles, like not articles, but like the incident reports and shit like that, police reports and shit. And then it gets to that first one, which is the 6th document. That motherfucker 37 pages, and I'm thinking to the other one that's next to it. It was like 200 some pages. So once I get into it and actually be able to digest it and, not be able to cite nobody else's source, I'm going to definitely be able to elaborate a whole lot more. Because I want to be able to get my opinion looking at it from, because everybody got their own different facts and shit. But if you look at it not biased, it can be able to get a formal opinion. But they never did. What else? So my answer to your question is what I expected them to release was this was the motherfucker who did it. We just ain't never charged. That's what I wanted them to say.
Yeah, no, that's what I was expecting too.
Nah, because why I feel like they released this information. It gets me personally. All the people dead. People involved in the FBI, the CIA, and the mob. These people has officially died off. And my bad. And sorry about that. And they have died off, and they say, we can release it now. Half his family members then died off, and they can say, basically, we can release this stuff. I mean, it's no reason to release this shit after 60 years. Like, we should have had this in the 70s and say, okay, this was the person, this is what happened, we're gonna end this. They kept it going. The government loves keeping stuff going because guess what? It's making them money. Some way, somehow.
Really do make a release what happened to Sandra Bland, Michael Brown, and all the other ones that are along with kids. That's what you need to do.
Something happened within the last 20 years. Somebody said we need to release this shit about Kennedy, his brother, and Martin Luther King because something ain't adding up. And you got to think about that.
Why you ain't releasing Malcolm X shit?
Thank you. Malcolm X, Mega Abrams, all these other people. If you want to get technical about it, why you ain't release stuff about Tupac? Because he was killed by the government. We could talk about this shit for days and hours, and we ain't got time for that. But people like, man, who cares? That happened years and years ago. No, it has. They let you know about our government, and I don't care if they listen, they watching, they know they crooked. The CIA is the most feared and hated agency in our government because they can ruin your whole life if you ain't careful what you say and what you know. You got some evidence, some documents or something they don't know about, hey, it's best for you to keep your mouth closed.
Hey, speaking on that, man, I believe Yella Beezy did it, and let me tell you why. Once the nigga Mo3 got killed, the nigga was on New Year's talking about problems get buried type shit. Made it like a serious look. You can tell him, you can tell him look between motherfuckers that ain't killed before and now killed before, and when they have killed, and when they first made their first kill, or somebody they were responsible for. That nigga had it in his eyes, and he had it in his eyes like that before.
Man, can we take an intermission real quick?
Yeah, for sure though.